Twitter. Let's rock. We're killing it. We got it. We had to switch the Zoom up, and we didn't have any problems recording. We're turning over a new leaf. 2020, best year ever.
Let's go. 4-1, baby. Let's
4-1. God damn it. So I hit my sales goal already for the month, and my boss, or one of my bosses, was like, congratulations, you hitting your sales goal in the first 2 weeks. Like the Browns going 3-1. And I was like, excuse me, sir. You're 4-1.
Does that mean the Browns aren't going to do anything the rest of the season?
I haven't done shit. Yeah,
it was. So we're going 4-12 then, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
perform how you perform in sales.
I mean, I'm still laying the groundwork, but last month I fucking murdered it, and I have to wait on our bonus checks were supposed to come this Friday, but then I guess there was some weird thing, so they're not coming till next Friday. So I was like, all right, cool. A $2,300 check is just in the wind, and we don't know when it's coming. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's nice.
It is, but it was since we had half goal, it's easier to double, triple. I ended up doing 6 times the goal, and so that helps. But now it's impossible to do that much, and so it's all right, what's my motivation to really kill it?
I do not miss sales when you're talking about goals and tripling it and whatever. I don't miss that at all.
I'm still hourly, but it's an incentive on top of it too. So it's I like it that way, where I'm guaranteed to make enough money, and a bonus is truly a bonus.
Yeah.
Welcome to Browns Out of Town. Hey. I'm Ray Roberts.
Get to work.
This is Jimmy. Yeah, we're not at work right now. We're at other work, so we got to concentrate on that. Browns podcast, everything Browns, just not in their town. Stay in touch with the Browns, even though we're not in the Cleveland area anymore. At Browns Out of Town on the social medias. Make sure that you rate, review, subscribe, reach out on social. That's always good. Share it. And if you want to hit the support tab, hit the support tab. That'd be super cool. We'd like that. Money's always good, but we do it for fun, not money. And we might swear every once in a while. We swore right off the rip, and I'll say I swore right off the rip. And it's going to happen because we're Browns fans. That's how we deal with feelings instead of talking about them. All stats, not a stat-heavy podcast this week. Pro Football Reference. And the betting odds are from FanDuel. Let's do Toledo update first. James Crawford, who is with me. How is Toledo?
It's all right. It's starting to get cold. Leaves are falling. As a homeowner, I got to deal with that kind of shit. So that's what I've been working on this week, basically. Other than that, Joe Biden was in town on Monday. Nobody showed up to the rally because he's not doing them like Trump does. So
I saw that he fucked up and he said he was running for Senate instead of the president.
Oh, did he? So, I didn't even pay attention. Yeah, I have no idea.
It happens.
I think there's a town hall on tonight or something, or is it tomorrow? I don't remember.
There's supposed to be a debate again, an online one, but because your president got the COVID, he canceled.
My president.
Yeah. You live in Toledo. They love him in Toledo.
They do love him in Toledo. They love him in Monroe County in Michigan. I'll tell you, it is insane. They love
him a lot of places. I have to drive. It's so funny. On my way to work, there is a house that has a Black Lives Matter flag and a rainbow flag and Biden signs, and then 2 doors down is 7,000 Trump Pence and do not tread on me flags, and it's insanity just on one street. And it's our country's definitely not divided right now.
Right. Yep.
It's wild.
I've seen I was driving through Lambertville a couple weeks ago, and I saw a guy get out of his car at a stop sign and steal Joe Biden's sign.
Hell yeah. I'm all about it.
Most hilarious thing I've seen.
It's my favorite thing. So when I was working in politics, I think we're past the statute of limitations. 6 years is long enough.
Jesus.
We're not going to say what happened and why, but just we didn't have as many yard signs out as we did in the past. And it's because
I don't know how that happened.
Yard signs are bullshit. That bonfire was after the campaign, so it wasn't I got rid of them before. But
the party won, right? So
it was a great party. It was a great party. We needed something to start the fire.
The party that you were representing won.
Oh yeah. Candidate won. Everything was great. There was no problem. I only got yelled at every day for 2 weeks before election because she didn't see any yard signs, and everything worked out fine. But they don't matter. It's a waste of money. And this chick on Facebook Facebook was like, somebody stole my Biden sign and I have him on camera. And it's like, why? What are you going to do? Like, go ask him for $10 back? Like, get a life.
Yep.
And you're a rented house. Maybe save that $10 for a fucking mortgage.
It's true.
To pay somebody else for your house instead of your landlord. I don't know. Wisconsin's cool. This is the Wisconsin update. It's just boring. Like, I'm sick of COVID now, and then it's gonna be winter, and everything's gonna shut down again, whether it's because of the pandemic or because of weather.
I heard it's getting bad out there again. I saw on the news that you guys are at capacity in hospitals again already.
Who knows? Like, it's one of those, like,
I don't know if it's near you, but yeah.
Yeah, there is nobody in my business of thousands of people who have gotten it. And I mean, I had it, so it's like I believe in it, but it's like where are all these people? Like, I don't get it. Like, at least in the first round, you would like hear every once in a while. Now it's just like random Twitter people or like, I don't know. It's weird, but I've had to I started reading a book about like mushrooms and stuff, so like that's gonna be fun. And like it's some dude was on Rogan talking about like the Catholic or like the Christian church and like psychedelics and stuff, and it was super cool. So I bought his book, and it's like super duper interesting. So I'm gonna work on a science project soon, so that's gonna be super fun. And then on top of that, I've been rebranding my website, so that'll be cool. I have a new logo that I can show off after this is done, because I still haven't paid for it, but it's on my website. But this comes out tomorrow, so I will have paid for it by then, so I'll be allowed to use it. And a new podcasting on my website. Since we don't have like a real website for this show, I just run it through my through my website, and it's cool. I have like a click through link on a picture through my website instead of just like a whole page to it. So like, we're getting high tech over here at Browns Out of Town.
Who do you go through your website for? Could they would they sponsor us?
Squarespace? I would love if Squarespace gave us money.
They sponsor everybody. Why can't they sponsor us?
I think everybody has more than 12 listens a week. So
hey, you gotta pump those numbers up.
I know. I'm saying we're trying now that I've got like a new. We got logos everywhere. We've got fucking everything's good. We're about branding now. Like, since I have my one show in Appleton in a couple weeks, but like since stand-up's basically like dead for 99% of people right now, we just got to pump into like branding and marketing and stuff like that. So that's like my new hobby is to get Who Is Ray Roberts LLC set up and get real business and investors and shit. So we'll see what happens.
Yep. How'd you do in fantasy?
Review the shit. Fantasy, I won my work league by like a lot, because this guy is basically a bye week. He had like a bunch of injured people on his team, but it counts as a W. And I lost by 1.3 points to Howie Fouts, and it made me so mad.
Yeah, I lost both leagues this week. I'm 4-1 my work league. It was my first loss. It was rough. I think the COVID games kind of screwed me. It was like I was losing the game for six days straight, because the first game was on Thursday and the last game was on Tuesday. So that kind of sucked.
Yeah, I was up by like 1.5 points, and then Howie had Devin Singletary last night, and he only scored 3.3. So I legit lost by 1.3 points. I was like, God damn it, dude.
Yeah, I was holding out for Devin too last night, but it just didn't work out.
I would rather lose by 100 than lose by 1. So like I had to pay attention.
Hey, I beat somebody by 100 last week.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I doubled the guy I played, and it was because everybody was like on his bench and he hasn't paid attention. I was like, all right, fine, give me a win. I need one in that league, and you wasted $20. Like, congratulations. If betting was legal in Wisconsin, we would have put money on it. I don't know. Anything else on the fantasy football, or do we need to get into the real football?
Let's get into real football.
Dak Prescott lost his entire leg.
It didn't look good. It did not look good. I mean, it wasn't as bad as Alex Smith, but it did not look good. The ankle was going the wrong way on that. They said it was. I saw
somebody do that live.
Who was that?
I was at a park, and like when we were in college, it was like summer break. I was at a park, and some kids were like messing around on a swing set, and the swing set, like they were like swinging down, and the swing set broke, and their foot got caught underneath them. And I hear
Ooh.
the kid yelling, so like I went over to like help, and then he like lifted his foot up, and it was like sideways. So like the
Oh,
ambulance came and everything, and it looked fake. It was not good,
yeah.
and like
Was that
it was real
Perrysburg?
gross. Uh-huh.
Oh, gross.
It
Yeah,
was
that's not
not good. So like as
Mm.
soon as they said that that's what it looked like, I was like, oh, I don't want to watch this video at all. Have you watched the video?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it in slow motion.
Come on, man.
Twisted. It's disgusting.
Well, you have to sacrifice Dak's leg for Alex Smith to get his leg back, so
Yes,
he's
yeah.
out on the field.
Yeah, I changed your wording on the agenda to Dak lost his leg, Alex Smith got his back. So I
That's
felt
like-
bad though. I watched a little bit of that game. He was getting beat up. He was.
I saw that Aaron Donald like
I was worried.
jumping on his back.
Yeah.
Did you see him say his
Face
leg
in your
is
first
strong?
game back. What's that?
Did you see Aaron Donald go, man, that leg is strong?
No, I didn't see that.
Dude,
That's
it
great.
was so funny.
That's not your. You don't want that to be your first game back though, facing Aaron Donald. That
No.
good.
I moved this. What are you moving stuff back for?
What?
The Steelers thing.
No, I didn't move that.
Well, let's. God damn it! I copied it and pasted. I didn't delete it.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
do that in the Steelers part.
that's-
Kansas City lost to the Raiders. Did you watch any of that game?
I didn't get to watch that. Yeah.
I was listening
Raiders good
to.
this year, though, I think I watched a Raiders. Who'd they play? I forget which game they played or who they're playing, but they looked good in the game that I watched earlier this season. I was surprised. I think I have them as a win on our schedule. I might have to reconsider that later down the road. But
Oh, really?
yep, you have them as a
Um,
win too. Week 8.
Yeah, I don't think I'm more confident in the Browns on that game than I am on this week. But
We'll see. We'll get
yeah,
to
we'll
it.
see once we get to it. Then sorry, I was finding the Ringer power rankings again. I saw somewhere it was either Rosillo or it was Rosillo where they were talking about how like Kansas City, since Patrick Mahomes that one time said that he didn't know like how to do like reads for like the longest time last season.
Yeah.
And like in an interview, like a cornerback for the Raiders said they basically like let them go up. So they like thought that they saw all their looks and were really repetitive in the first half. And then we're switching up looks in the second half. And that's how they shut them down. And
Wow.
they were like, that's not a great strategy to spot somebody 23 points. But like the offense kept up.
Yeah, it's interesting, I guess. Le'Veon Bell got released by the Jets. You see that?
Yeah, where's he gonna? What I know you asked the question, but like, where is he gonna go? Like, what?
Yeah.
What is it? What's?
I
know
think
that he didn't do it, but
Right. I think the top contender is the Steelers, just to go back to Pittsburgh, because he got his payday. Like that money, a certain amount of it was guaranteed, more than he's going to get if he goes back to Pittsburgh, or more than Pittsburgh was going to pay him anyway.
why would Pittsburgh do that? He was a cancer in the locker room.
It's true. Yeah.
He's old now. Like he's not good after his injury or whatever. Like he's James Conner's great.
To be honest, he'll probably end up going to the Bucks, or maybe the Patriots. The Patriots might need a running back, I think, too.
Do they have money for that?
I don't think you're not going to pay him. You're going to pay him minimum. He already got paid by the
That's
Jets.
true. And I mean,
That's
the
the
Bucks aren't going to do it. They've got a great running back too. Like, what
Yeah.
is it, Ronald Jones or whatever?
They have Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette, LaShawn McCoy. They have a ton of running backs.
Then they don't need Le'Veon Bell.
Signing all the old guys, Somebody on ESPN this morning was saying that the Browns should be interested just to fill in, and because we rely on that on the backfield so much. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't
No.
have to come back again after the bye week.
Yeah, we'll bleed into the week 5 recap a little bit because and one of the points is like the running game looked okay. Like it looked like, I mean, we were helped with Baker throwing the ball all over the yard, but like the running game looked fine. Kareem Hunt looked okay. And he caught like that ball out of the backfield. Like that's what he's good at. But like we're missing like the hammer of like a real running game where like Hunt's all shifty. And I don't think Le'Veon Bell is a hammer. Like he just does what Kareem Hunt does, but slower.
Yeah. Do you think that the reason Hunt didn't look as good as he has this year against Indianapolis is because Indianapolis is the best defense we played yet?
Well,
Like
I
that,
think so.
I mean, that they're a pretty good defense.
Well, yeah, I mean Hunt didn't look bad, but like he's why it works is it's that change of pace. Like you're getting the ball shoved down your throat uh by
Right.
Nick Chubb all game, and then Kareem Hunt comes in and like does one cut and runs for 30 yards on you.
Yeah,
Like it's
it's
a
true.
completely different thing.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, overall, we didn't look great in this game except for the first half, But I think that's acceptable. I think to win those games, we don't look great in compared to the rest of the schedule so far.
See, I thought the first half looked amazing. Like that's the best first half of football in a while. And I almost feel like I don't want to. My mom always used to say this shit about Ohio State teams where they like get cocky halfway through the game and it starts to slip. Like I feel like it's one of those like act like you've been there before kind of things. Like they haven't had sustained success. So once they're up at halftime in back-to-back games, or like they're kind of handling the games, it's gonna slip a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I also think like the defense was just starting to get tired because like the offense it's a problem, but it's a good problem to have as a Browns team. The offense is scoring too quickly. Like
Yeah.
it's like
they're
a
not
weird
staying on the
problem.
field. Yeah. Yeah, they're not staying on the field, which you think they would do more since they're such a run heavy team. But when Nick Chubb, I mean, not in this game, but Nick Chubb breaks one, then you're that much closer to the end zone.
Yeah, or like you do like a reverse pass that has worked 2 out of 2 times with 2 different wide
Yeah.
receivers. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
Yep.
Yeah, and
The
I read
Meyer philosophy.
yeah. Well, I read a thing on the Ringer. I've been super into the Ringer since I hit my goal and I can like have time to like fuck off a little bit. Like I've been reading like obscure like articles on there, and I guess like the guy who does like the wins, like this team won, this team lost kind of thing on there, was talking about how they should run like a 3 quarterback set for the Browns. Just put like Baker, Odell, and Jarvis all in the backfield, so you don't really know what's going to happen. Like any of them can get the snap, any of them can make a pass, any of them can catch it. And I guess there was like some obscure like D3 team that used to run a 2 quarterback set. One was right-handed and one was left-handed, and like you would never know which team they were going to snap it, or like which guy they're going to snap it to. And which
That's
side of the
kind
field
of crazy. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Not that I agree with it, but that's kind of I'd like to see that footage.
Well, I mean, he was being like facetious with it, like with the
Well,
story.
yeah, no, but I would like to see the footage of a team running 2 quarterbacks. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, it's almost like, I mean, I know it wasn't at the same time, but it's almost like yeah, like you said, Urban Meyer, like with Florida with Chris Leak and fucking Tim Tebow. Like you have like the smash and grab quarterback, and you have like the actual real quarterback.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Who would have thought Chris Leak just fizzled instead of going pro? Like, did he end up going pro?
I don't think so.
Tim Tebow has a more successful pro career. Chris Leak, he's a football coach.
Oh, I forgot about Chris Leak.
Come on, how do you forget about Chris Leak?
I forgot about him.
Picture of him standing right next to George W. Bush.
Looks like a bunch of Canadian teams.
That's what's up. He played in the NFL for a hot second, it looks like.
No, he was with the Bears in the preseason. That's it.
Oh, he'll end up being on The Bachelorette. Have you watched The Bachelorette yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Not a fan.
Most dramatic season ever.
Yeah, that's what I hear every time.
They created COVID-19 just to be more dramatic than last year. That's my new conspiracy theory.
Honestly, I can't stand the introductions. It drives me crazy.
This one wasn't that bad because they spent 20 minutes on COVID-19.
Mo and all that. I'm good.
But they had to like spend 20 to 25 minutes on like how they like quarantined them for a while to like show that they did it the right way. So it cut into like the introductions by like a lot. So like this was actually the best ever.
I'll take your word for it. We can do a back date if you want, but I'm good.
Well, we already know how like half of the season ends because Claire ends up with this guy named Dale who used to play in the NFL. And like instantly, like she was like, it's Dale's show. It's just, when is this show going to end with Claire? And then Tayshia comes in. So that is your Bachelorette update. for the week.
And back to football.
Yeah, I mean, it's football adjacent. Football players go on that show. All right, let's do like the real recap. We already touched on half of this. Everything that we said they needed to do didn't work, but they figured it out anyways. Like,
which is good. I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to figure out ways to win games. That is what good teams do. So
not a great look for us in our analysis, but a great look.
Hey, okay.
You
All
got
right.
the score. The score's
Check the
different.
score.
That's
All
a
right.
guess. That's
Check
a
the
guess. All right. That's completely different than analysis because we have said every game it is run the ball, keep Baker from throwing it, and get into field goal range. And this one, they're like, Baker's just going to throw it everywhere for the first half.
Yeah.
And not.
Yep.
He had 2 picks in the second half, but that was after he was hurt and after like the team gave up pretty much. So
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
Cody Parkey, the best kicker of all time. Like, he hadn't had to do like real kicks yet, and this is the first week he's had to do like some real kicks.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah, it was
weren't
a
even
good week
except
for
for the
Cody
last
Parkey.
one with the doink. Like,
Hey,
everybody wanted to make
couldn't
fun
be
of
more
that.
Cody Parkey though. You know, might as well doink it in.
Yeah, fucking Cody Parkey is the best kicker of all time. And that one extra point or that one field goal, or no, it was an extra point. The one extra point that counts as not making it is only because of the penalty and the block, and it was a 2-point conversion. Like, he's perfect as a Brown.
This time. Yeah.
All right, here you go. This round of Cody Parkey.
Yep.
For Phil Dawson.
Cody Parkey version 2. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm happy to have some stability at kicker. You know,
well, would you rather have him or Phil Dawson in his prime?
Phil Dawson.
Phil
Dawson.
All right. Phil Dawson with Phil Dawson's team or Cody Parkey with this team?
Cody Parkey with this team. Take
right.
it. Yeah.
What a dumb hack radio question. Like, obviously.
That is a terrible question. Yeah.
I don't know, Jimmy. I would have Joe Thomas, Phil Dawson. Let's take some calls.
Yeah. Do you want Bernie Kosar or Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield.
I'm just kidding. That was my radio question.
Yeah, that's good. Which one of the other 37 quarterbacks we started in the 2000s would you rather have with this team? Brandon Whedon or Tim Couch?
All right. Week 6.
Dude, like, who cares? We're just free balling. Let's do it.
Steelers
Browns.
week.
No, Browns are number 8.
I thought we talked about that already. Sorry.
No, not yet. They're just like the only other one ahead of us are the Rams, which I think we beat the Rams, honestly. So we're number 8.
Yeah.
Just out of reference so we can transition to the Steelers, which is kind of what I wanted to do, but you just kind of forced it in there. Steelers are the number 6. So we're only 2 slots lower than the Steelers on this list.
Yeah.
I think we're better than the Rams. I think this is honestly a good, like, Indy on paper was a good test, but I think we saw that it wasn't really a good test. And I think we were just a better team than Indy. Like, I feel like we're going to find out that we're better than a lot of these teams this year.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get more depth on the Steelers too, but do you think if we were to beat the Steelers, do we jump in the top 5?
They'll put us in top 5, but I don't think we're top 5. I think the Bills beat us. They're built to beat us. Green Bay just destroys us.
The Bills got destroyed last night.
I think the Bills still kick the shit out of us.
I don't know.
Here's the thing: we're built on the reason why I'm worried about the Steelers is because they are built to beat a team with terrible pass defense and have like a good enough run game to get them through it. And I think that's what they do. And their defense is good enough to stop us.
Claypool looks insane. Juju Smith-Schuster's good. They've got some good receivers.
And they've got the running game to do it. I mean, I think maybe if we like Greedy Williams, who we didn't even touch, is on the IR officially. Like, if we had another guy in the backfield, like maybe, like if we had another dude. I mean, Olivier Vernon looked great last week. Maybe that's like a difference. I mean, we didn't get torched, and so maybe that's a game changer. But
you actually started to see, and you're starting to see the season where Miles makes other guys better, which we didn't necessarily see as much last season. You know, like he's getting a lot of pressures. Don't get me wrong. He has a lot.
He's a real problem for the other team.
But he's actually starting to make other guys look good. and it's actually very glaring right now that's happening. So that's a very good thing, especially against the Steelers. We'll get into this. Obviously, the Steelers are tough. They're 4-0. They should be 5-0 because they didn't play the Titans yet. But
well, who knows if they would have beaten the Titans the way they looked yesterday?
I know. Yeah, that's true. So the Steelers are tough just because they're the Steelers and we're the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're as tough as everybody makes them out to be. Look at their schedule, and you can look at our schedule too, but look at their schedule. They played the Giants, the Broncos, Houston, Philadelphia, and then they had the bye week because Tennessee had COVID. The combined record's 2-13-1 between those four teams.
Yeah, it's kind of the same being a Browns fan and having like the shit kicked out of you for like the last 20 years, kind of like you have to like watch other teams to like watch good football. So like you just have to like appreciate the Steelers, and until like we beat them, I'm afraid that like they're built exactly to beat a team like us. They've beat who they're supposed to beat. But I watched the Philly game this last weekend. Like I watched it in preparation for this, and Philly like looked really good against them, and we know that the NFC East is trash. Like Carson Wentz looked like Carson Wentz. Like he looked like capital C, capital W Carson Wentz. Like he looked like a real stud against them. And I don't think Carson Wentz is that much better of a quarterback than Baker Mayfield is. They don't have better weapons. They don't have a better run game. So I mean, I think I'm talking out of two sides of my mouth with this. I think they're like the Steelers are set up to beat a team like us, but I don't think they've played an offense like ours where we've scored 30 points a game the last 4 weeks.
Are you saying the Eagles are better than their record says, or are you saying that the Steelers are playing weak competition? I'm confused.
Right, and that's kind of like I put a tweet out that was like, are the Eagles actually decent, or are the Steelers trash but secretly? Like I don't until like the fourth quarter when the Steelers closed it out, I think that they almost kind of played down to their competition, which I think we could maybe take advantage of that the first time, but it's almost like the Ravens where like I think we win one and we lose one, and I think this might be the one that we lose because we're red hot and we'll need to win the last game of the season, and that'll be the story.
Yeah, that's the way I'm leaning, and that's kind of what I thought. In the initial schedule game too, is that we'll lose this game. I didn't think we'd be 4-1 coming into this game, but
no,
it's going to be a game time decision in like 5 minutes when we do the predictions. I don't know what's going to happen.
Myles Garrett has 6 sacks in 5 games.
It's crazy. Yeah. The other thing is, I meant to bring this up earlier. The Steelers haven't faced a pass rush like ours, and
no,
Big Ben's getting old.
Yeah.
I think we can do some damage. I know he's a brick wall sometimes, but you can only take so many pressures like that.
You said it was 3.5, right? For the
3.5,
for what the spread is. That seems about right. Like that seems like
yeah.
They're getting points because it's at Pittsburgh, right?
Right. Yeah, it's a home game for them.
So that's 2 points right there. That they usually give the home team 2 points. So it's really 1.5 points. I mean, we'll do it in a minute. I'm really like I don't know what to do. But I feel like the one thing I want to touch on that I think is going to be really good. Maybe it's because we haven't had a real head coach in forever, but I like how Stefanski takes points early in the game. Like I know it's easy to like take risks and stuff like that when you're at like that first field goal. To me, I was like, all right, we're gonna score some points. Like, and instead of like, because it was in that range where like it was like 4th and 3, 4th and 4 at like whatever, like the 40-yard line, and you're like, ooh, maybe they should go, or like 35, wherever it was. Like they're like, ooh, maybe they should try to go for it. It's early in the game. What's the worst thing that could happen? But like it's almost like, no, obviously you take those 3 points, you take the first drive and you score on the first drive, and you're like, all right, cool, we got points. Let's build off of that instead of like, let's try to fake a punt or let's fake the field goal and fuck it up and do what the Browns do. And then you're like, oh no, like we can score. Like we know we've seen them bleed now. Like now we can go and kill it. And I feel like that's one of my big things is yes, Cody Parkey, like he's the best kicker of all time. But like we need to get into situations where we can get like we can score good 3 points, like and not go like not be nuts about it. Get the 3 points because 2 field goals is a touchdown. Like get the points. Like you don't unless you're getting blown the fuck out, obviously. But I feel like the way our team is made, like you got to take the points and then fight for the next thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with our defense and giving up bigger plays like that too. We need those points. So I get it.
I feel like also the big thing we need to do, especially since Baker Mayfield, his mama didn't make no wuss. He's playing this weekend.
Didn't raise no wuss.
God, he needs to not. He's not allowed to throw the ball over the middle of the field. I think that needs to be like Minkah Fitzpatrick. I feel like he's going to have a career day if Baker throws the ball across the middle because it's either going to get tipped by a linebacker and Fitzpatrick's going to be there, or like he's just going to be like a tad bit off across the middle. I don't know what his problem is across the middle. Maybe he is too short. Like maybe that's a problem where he can't completely see the area, or he's like he has the Brett Favre gene where he says, fuck it, I'm throwing it. Like I don't care. And then it's just going to get picked off every time he throws across the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not having Nick Chubb in this game that they're going to have to rely on the pass a little bit more. Kind of like they did last week. I don't know if Pittsburgh's defense is quite as good as Indianapolis's. I just think it's going to be more of an emotional thing, just because it's against Pittsburgh and it's in Pittsburgh. They're going to play a little bit different than the way they approach the Indianapolis game.
Is Pittsburgh going to have fans this week?
That is a good question.
Steelers fans in stadium. Number one search. Limited amount of fans. Or no, that's the other one. 7,500 spectators. Okay. I mean that's a good amount to like get everybody jazzed. I feel like obviously Myles Garrett gets booed a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that nobody's talked about is what happens when Myles Garrett goes back to Pittsburgh and they play for the first time. What's going to happen?
I'm not worried about it.
He's going to get a sack. He's going to get a sack fumble because he does it every game. Like it's what happens. It's what Myles Garrett does. He's going to take off his helmet and swing it at the air or something. No, he's not going to do that. Like,
no, he won't do that.
He's going for the defensive play of the year. It's going to be fun.
He's going to have a good game. Nothing's going to happen. It's just going to be a solid performance. That's what I'm hoping for.
30-28 Browns. We're hammering it.
Is that it? 30-28?
Yes.
All right. I'm going 28-24 Steelers. I can't. I feel terrible about it. But, yeah, 28-24 Steelers.
Or it would be 28-30 because they're at home. Win 28-30. You said 28-24? 28-24
Steelers, yep.
I mean, you've been more right than I have, but I just have a feeling that this first one, I think we're on a roll right now. I feel like we ride this into I think it's going to be the opposite of what I thought originally. Like I thought it was going to be an up and down season where we have to ride the waves of it. I think we're on an up wave. We beat Pittsburgh. We beat Cincy. You might be right in the loss to Las Vegas, and then it's the bye week and something stupid happens because it's the Browns, and then like the whole season maybe goes sideways.
Yeah, I'll have to find out the last time the Browns were 5-1 because it definitely hasn't been in my lifetime. But we'll see. I'll look it up. I'll post it on the Instagram later.
Yeah, that'd be a fun stat to do. Because
I think they said the last time they were 4-1 was 94, which was surprising, but
that's still crazy. Did you see Nick Saban had COVID? Talking about like that 90s Browns team?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Nick Saban tested positive. I mean, I don't think we need to talk
now
about
or just had it in the past.
I think it's currently. I think it's on ESPN.
Oh shit.
I feel like the the big thing is, Tom Rinaldi reports Nick Saban's positive COVID-19 test. But here's the thing. Oh, and the AD. We like at work, some guys like leaving to go to a different company, and so they want to like go do something for him, and like they started playing it in our work group chat, and like our one manager's like, guys, we all work together, so if one of you's sick, the rest of you are gonna be sick if you're hanging out in public. It's like, yeah, we all fucking work together is what we're saying. Like if we're here, why wouldn't we like at some point, like we're just gonna have to be like, it's gonna happen. We need to let it work its way out. We have like we don't want the hospitals to be flooded. That's the problem. Is like our healthcare system fucking blows, so we have to be ready for that. But like, you gotta kind of just be like, look, it's gonna happen. People aren't gonna do it, so you can't do this halfway bullshit. Like either shut it down or like completely go and just live with it. So same thing with college football. Like it's gonna happen. They're not shutting down Alabama football. Like Big Ten starts in next weekend. Like you're not shutting it down.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard. I mean, they ruled out the bubble situation for the rest of the season. Like the NFL's like, that's not happening. It can't happen. Which I understand. It's way too many people. You're looking at like 200 plus people per team, and staff and the active roster and all that.
And it's 30 some teams. It's not like the NBA where they took 15?
Yeah, and it's not like they're playing a game every other day, like in basketball. It's you got a week in between. They'll probably do
have all those football fields.
Yeah, I don't know. They'll probably do it for the playoffs, I would think, but there's no way they can manage a bubble for the regular season. They're going to slide into week 18 and week 19, I think. I don't think one extra week's going to get it done. I think we're going to have some problems.
They have to do so. Like, they just need to, like, they should. And you don't want to take an entire team out of the league because then whoever's scheduled on it is kind of like, all right, what do we do that week? But, like, if something like Tennessee happens, sorry, you lose 2 weeks. Like, you lose those games.
Yeah,
like,
especially because they were breaking protocols, right? Like, it was a blatant lapse.
Yeah, they were walking around without masks. And then, like, there's reports of them having practice at a high school facility when they couldn't get into their own facility. And, like, people are still testing positive. And it's like, come on. What are we doing here?
At that point, I think you forfeit, but
the whole team takes 2 weeks. It works its way out. Like that's true, but it's still like you can't just do that and then like put the whole like one team can't ruin it for the whole league. Like you have to get rid of them, and then you go off a win percentage or whatever. And maybe with that win percentage, like the Steelers don't make it into the playoffs and we squeak in.
Yeah, one less game, maybe. I don't know.
Is there so we're 4-1 going into week 6. Maybe this is a question for after we beat the Steelers by a couple points in like dramatic fashion. Is there an asterisk on this season? Like the Lakers just won. Everybody's like, maybe there's an asterisk because it's not like there was a few months in between. If the Browns win the Super Bowl, then is there an asterisk next to it if like some team gets like COVID or something? Like, is there something?
Yeah, sure. You can put an asterisk and be like, this was way harder to do than a regular season. Like they had no preseason and a first year coach. Like, yeah, this is way harder.
So if the Browns win the Super Bowl, we're going back to Cleveland and we're gonna be part of like the super spread, right? Like it's not.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm getting COVID.
Put that on a T-shirt. If like whenever somebody's like, if the Browns win the Super Bowl, I'll shave my eyebrows off. Just like, if the Browns win the Super Bowl, I'm will get COVID. Yeah. Mark it down. All right. Well, do we need to hit anything else before we're done here?
I think that's good. Cigar Sunday this Sunday, hopefully. Sorry, we skipped out on last week. We were just both too tired, I think.
Yeah, we're tired. We're old. Let's check the Weather Channel.
I was day drinking on Sunday, I'm not going to lie, so it didn't really work out that well.
When the game ended, like, late, and it was, like, one of those, like, it ended, I didn't have time to – because I wanted to watch the early games. So, like, I didn't have time to go to the cigar store. Should I have prepared beforehand like an adult? Sure. But let's see who we're talking about here.
Right.
Sunday's supposed to be raining a little bit, but I'll make it work. I'm under a thing.
I got a garage. I'm good. Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll have it.
Also, it's probably not raining in Ohio if it's raining in Wisconsin. So I don't know why I'm just knocking that off. But
Yeah, like you're like we have different weather. It's also a different time here, Jimmy. I don't want to explain different states to you,
I'm so
but
freaking jealous of that. I
it's
want my games
wild.
to start at noon so bad.
It's kind of cool. So it's good, but like you kind of run out of time to do shit in the morning to like knock
Yeah.
stuff out. Like that extra hour
Before
makes
the
a
games.
difference.
Yeah. I'm always grocery shopping from
Perfect
like
time for
11:30 to
groceries.
12:30. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and that's like I
Yep.
mean I get out of bed at like 9 still, but like 3 hours versus 4 hours to get something done on a Sunday when you're not like motivated to do it right away. It's a big difference.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So beers, bourbon, barbecue. Anything big going on that?
I might try to do something this weekend. We'll see. I think actually my weather looks pretty good, so maybe I'll try to do something this weekend.
Make a brisket.
Keep an eye out. Yeah,
Last time we had brisket, that was really good. It was a little salty, but I mean that's fine.
a little salty. Yeah, it was pretty salty.
It was good. I like a salty brisket.
I don't. I was not a fan
Oh
of that
really?
brisket, but
I liked it. On my new fucking diet, like I can't like eat a lot of meat, so that kind of sucks. It is what it is. It's going well. Lost 7 pounds. Thanks for
look
noticing.
at you. All right.
No, it's only like 5. It's not a big deal. I don't know how
The
to do
camera
math.
adds it back, so it's fine.
I know it's got a good hair day. Like I didn't know what the fucking thing was. I don't know what I was saying. But then we've got that. Let me do. Is there the? Where's the screen share? Screen share.
Oh, getting fancy today.
Do you see the new logo?
Oh, that looks nice.
I know. So I'm pretty psyched about that.
Really well
That'll be
done.
coming out. It'll be the best $50 I spend, but I like it because you click through, then it goes to my website. But the cool thing, this is what I like. We got our own podcast tab here. We got it right up top. We got the old podcast too, but you click right through it, showing people how to do it if they want to. Then it goes right to our Anchor thing. So it's like
Nice.
I know this
That's
is
some
what
professional
they
shit
figured.
right there.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm trying to do it.
What's
So,
going on with Classic Dinner? I haven't seen anything come out for that. Are you and Josh?
we recorded an episode before I left, but he was being a big baby, so it wasn't like a good episode. I listened to it the other day to see if I liked it any better, and I don't. So I haven't like it's in the can if like people ever want like a random release of it. But I also like I'm going to like I'm working on once this bonus check comes, I'm going to like incorporate or LLC or something. So I want to do like a new like branding relaunch thing of like all the podcasts under the umbrella, all that other big stuff. So I'm trying to like restructure some stuff. I might move Classy Dinner things to this stream for like subscribers and stuff like that. So we might rename the stream. I don't know yet. I'm not completely decided on all that. But it's one of those things where it's like we had that bad episode, so I didn't post it. And then like for my weekend, I'm gonna get a hotel that weekend up in Appleton, so I don't have to drive back and forth. And I'm trying to get Josh to maybe come up just to hang, just to get him out of town and stuff like that. So maybe that'd be a cool time just to like fuck around and do one, just to like do an update one. But if anything, we'll do it. Like we kind of left it where we can do one every 6 months or so, or like lock ourselves in the studio that we used to do it in. Because like this works fine with us doing it, but like mine and his like have to like you have to be in the same room because it's just weird without doing it.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But all right. So we saw the new website, whoisrayroberts.com. Maybe the LLC will be out next week. We'll see how the branding goes on that. Still have that weekend in Appleton. Rate, review, subscribe, share it. That's a big thing. We know this is good. We've been knocking it out of the park. Jimmy almost hit the exact score last week. That doesn't happen anywhere else. Like it doesn't happen. We're killing it. Our analysis wasn't terrible last week, even though like they had to do a different game plan. like we're doing a good job for people who have like full-time jobs and are watching this and kind of going for it. So I mean, you're not going to get this anywhere else. Nobody else has this attention to detail. There's another Browns podcast out there. I don't know the name of them, but they share in the Milwaukee group all the time, and it's just some girl and like her dad, and like she's like a blonde chick who like maybe knows about football. Like I'm not going to be like one of these broads don't know anything about football, but she's obviously like she's like a Cleveland 7 who's on the screen. And she's like, it's like those stupid questions we were doing. Baker Mayfield's commercial. How do we like that? Like that's their segments. We're here for
get them on. Get them on. Send
God, no, we don't want them on here. We're fighting. No, I want to start getting I want to start getting a couple people on, especially maybe in the bye week. Get some people, just talk to them about experiences, so we can figure that off of here. But we're gonna now that we're kind of. We have a format, we have a schedule. We might work getting some other people on here just to have another voice, get some experiences, get some good Brown stories. So we got new good shit coming. Still Thursdays. We'll get Cigar Sundays. We always advertise that. So at Browns Out of Town, we got some good shit coming up. Anything else, James?
I got nothing. Let's go.
All right, perfect. Let's beat the Steelers, even though Jimmy doesn't believe in them, and I say go Browns.
Go Browns.